Hey guys, what we're going to be doing today is we are going to learn about Explain Everything, which is an app that's found on our iPads that helps us really explain a process in a video form. So that way we are able to not only communicate our ideas, but actually possibly show people what we're talking about. So first off, what we're going to be doing is talking about the different tools that you could possibly use. So obviously you can see we have our tools right here along our side, and you'll be able to see that the first one we're going to be talking about is your pen. Oftentimes what you want to do is when you're trying to explain something, you might want to scribble things or write things on the slide to show them something. So this is going to be a tool that you're going to use to help maybe draw something out or be able to highlight something or write something. The next tool that we're going to talk about is where you can actually put in shapes. So you'll be able to see that I have put in two different shapes. I put in a star, and you'll see that one has a border right here and then one doesn't. So you can choose a shape that you want to go ahead. Let's say you wanted to star something to make it very clear or whatever else, or you even wanted just to go ahead and create a diagram. You can use this tool to help you pick out the shapes that you need. Alright, so the next tool that we're going to be talking about that's on the left-hand side is this little plus button right here. You'll be able to see, oops, it's not letting me highlight, but you'll be able to see that we're going ahead and talking about that little plus button right there, which is really when we push that, we're trying to go ahead and insert. So you can see that we can insert a file from our camera roll. We can actually go ahead and import a file. There's lots of things that we can go ahead and do. We could even take a new picture of something. So, for example, if I went ahead and chose a picture, I could take a picture of my room and then say use photo and actually put that into this slide. So there's lots of things that you can do with that tool to add to your presentation. Now let's say I didn't want this photo. If I go ahead and press the little X that's on the left-hand side, and then I go ahead and choose my picture, I can actually go ahead and delete it. So that's what that little X is for on the left-hand side. The next tool that we're going to be talking about is our lovely pointer. So if you guys kind of noticed, when I went ahead and pointed something out, you could do a lightsaber, and notice I have the blue one. I could choose something else. Let's say I wanted to go ahead and use the arrow. So now I can go ahead and use the arrow. This is just a way where if you're trying to explain something you're recording, you can actually point something out. Now, one of the other things that we really want to make sure we understand is that we're talking about how to save. So if you look in the very far corner, there's this little home button. It looks like a house. If you go ahead and press that button, it's going to ask you if you want to save your project. We always want to make sure we go ahead and save our project, so we always want to make sure we go ahead and say yes. And when we do that, it'll go ahead and allow us to start typing in our name for our project. Alright, so this button right here is actually where we're, if we wanted to save it as we were working on it, you could just go ahead and then type in the name here, and then that way it would allow you to be able to save the project. One of the things you'll soon realize is that there are a lot of people that are going to be using these tools. So you want to make sure that you go ahead and put your name in the actual file name, so that way you can find out that it's yours later on. So now you'll see here's an example of a picture that I went ahead and took in class, and you can see that I've highlighted. I'm even showing that Jacob did an awesome job at looking at the clock while he was doing an experiment, trying to be exact and trying to be precise. So way to go, Jacob. But this is an example of how we would use Explain Everything to try to show our audience something that we're trying to emphasize or talk about. Now, let's say, for example, I wanted this page to be somewhere else in our presentation. If I go ahead and where it says slides, I can actually go ahead and move this picture, this slide, to different places. So I can go ahead and I could change the template. I could actually take this picture and I can slide it up and change the order of my presentation however I wanted to go ahead and do it. I'm going to go ahead and move this back because I don't want this to be in the front. But right there I go. I have it. I can change the order of my slides, and this way we can record each slide individually and keep our presentation nice and organized. If you happen to have any questions on how to use Explain Everything, make sure you check out this video or check with your elbow partner if you're not sure on what to do, or you can always check with me. We'll see you in class.